U.S. CEO Donald Trump card has constrained Defense Secretariat James Mattis to keep his position previous, prescribing an operating heir to get above in the new year. General Mattis, 68, firmly hinted at politics differences in Mr. Trump card while he obedient on Friday. He proposed to remain in the job before February but will now keep on January 1st following Mr. Trump card according to reports balked at print scope of his output. Vice Defense Secretariat Patrick Shanahan, 56, will get above the part. Mr. Trump card has lauded his artistic achievements and outlined him as really gifted. I am happy to declare how our really gifted Vice Secretariat of Defense, Patrick Shanahan, will suppose the name of Operating Secretariat of Defense start January 1, 2019. Patrick has a length listing of accomplishments time serving as Vice, and previous Boeing. He will be large. Mr. Shanahan, execution at the space gigantic Boeing, united the Pentagon in July 2017 following Mr. Trump card designated him. He was, according to reports, a vocal advocate of the CEO's schedule to set a 6 branches of the gunman forces, named as the Area Strength. Initially of Washington country, Mr. Shanahan investigated mechanical engineering and industry at the Massachusetts Institution of Technique and united Boeing as an engineering in 1986. Donald Trump card had initially edged James Mattis's leaving as a resignation, but his retire email, complete of implicit critique of the CEO's overseas politics, showed how was not the instance. The CEO rarely handrail rebukes benevolently, so it became more hardly the ex-general would be permitted his queried couple-month leaving period. On Saturday night, the mallet came downward, as is the new rule, via a President chirp. Mr. Mattis's replace, Vice Secretariat Patrick Shanahan, consumable largest of his carrier work for Boeing. Possessing a execution of a main defense subcontractor fleeing the Pentagon, though on a interim base, is extraordinary, to say the low. It's a job normally detained by political community in war supervision expertise. Meantime, the CEO appears to be hard to extinguish the flame how begun the staff meltdown. He as well tweeted on Saturday how the U.S. departure of Syria, suddenly announced recent 1 week, would be sluggish and very coordinate. Taking into account the Mattis news story, how may not be quite to tranquility the nerves of allies and soothe the wrath of U.S. overseas politics hands. It is, yet, a begin. Time not mention it in his retire email immediately, the general previous alerted how it would be a strategy gross error. In his email, he as well told the CEO had the order to designate whose view are superior verified in your. But soon following declaring Mr. Shanahan's assignment on Saturday, Mr. Trump card excited to tranquility common concerns about the withdrawal of troops that he initially told would be fast. Mr. Erdogan's office space told the two leaders had coordinated to coordinate among their country's war, tactful and some officials to escape a force vacuum that could outcome next any misuse of the departure and transfer stage in Syria. Kurd forces in Syria, that Turkey high as a risk, include been effectively fight the Muslim country team in U.S. supporting. They now terror Turkey will use America's departure to start a new campaigning versus them.